It is said, don't marry someone you do not like because you will have caged someone else's happiness. Hello, friends. This is Stella Sanobokelo welcoming you to the Family Enrichment Hub. And I have the honor to be starting a new series today. And we are going to be exploring behaviors that destroy marital relationships. Today I want to be focusing on the aspect of criticism. How does criticism destroy a marital relationship? And on that note, friends, I want to start us out with a write-up by Kingsley Okonkwo, and I read. He says, if you're married, constantly build companionship. Love can grow and it can also die. Just because you started right doesn't mean that you finish right. No. The divorced didn't plan to divorce. They started right but didn't continue right. Be deliberate in building friendship and intimacy in your marriage. Friends, allow me also to share a true life story with us. A very dear person to me has gone through what I would call a daunting marital experience with her husband. She is married to this gentleman who works away from home. And so inevitably, most of the weekends, this man comes around to check on his family. Now, every time that this man is around, all he sees is negatives and mistakes and faults. He finds fault in the children. He sees errors in the way the house is set up, in the arrangement, within every room. He finds fault with the wife, with her cooking. He basically doesn't enjoy his experience of being home together with his family because all he sees is negatives, what is not going right. And this is an extremely tormenting experience which my dear person has gone through. The worst of it all was when he told her, I'm not comfortable being intimate with you because you smell like poo. Friends, picture with me a relationship where your spouse tells you that you are actually like shit. All he sees in you is shit. He can't get that close to you. You can only imagine the trauma and the torment which that lady is going through because of constant criticism that her spouse is hitting at her. Friends, on that note, allow me to share how criticism will actually affect a marital relationship if it is not checked. First and foremost, constant criticism will create a feeling of resentment. It will create bottled up anger within the partner that is regularly being criticized. It will create a sense of pain within them that will eventually lead to issues of violence. It will eventually lead to depression. You do not want to live with a partner who has bottled up anger, who has resentment just because of your behavior of constantly criticizing and highlighting their faults. In a relationship where there is a lot of criticism, communication will definitely be affected. You don't want to sit together with somebody whose work is to just find faults, to just find the negatives and errors in you all the time, because criticism is a behavior which is directed at your partner to show them how wrong they are, to show them how imperfect they are, to make them feel like they are not good enough at any one moment in any situation. And so communication will go cold in that kind of relationship where there is constant criticism being given out to the other partner. And so it's a dreadful experience for you. Every time you think of we need to have serious conversations together, it's something that you want to avoid totally. It also brings out issues of self-esteem on the part of the partner that is being criticized all the time. It will cause you to question your self-worth. It will make you feel belittled. It will make you feel like you're not good enough. You actually don't measure up in any situation. And you know what that comes with? Someone who feels a sense of self-worth. They don't give their best shot at life. They will not give their best within this relationship because they've already been put on the floor level. That's where they feel they belong because of the constant criticism that is being thrown at them. Issues of trust will arise within this relationship. Trust will be destroyed because the partner who is meting out criticism on their friend is communicating that you're not good enough, I don't love you enough, I honestly do not trust you. And even the person who is being criticized will feel a sense of they don't trust this person. They see an aggressor in their partner instead of seeing a loving friendship within their partner. And so trust will be destroyed in a relationship where partners are throwing criticism at one another. Issues of avoidance will come into play. You don't want to be together with someone whose work is just to highlight your negatives. And avoidance will push one partner to actually move away from home. They would rather hang out in the company of other people who love and celebrate them. Like I've mentioned in prior videos, everybody loves to be amidst people who cheer them, amidst people who celebrate them, amidst people who see the good in them. And so you'll find that your partner will be drawn away from you because they are looking for this celebration from people who will be available to give it. And like the Bible rightly tells us, Proverbs 21 verse 19, that it is better to dwell in the desert, in the wilderness, than with a contentious partner in the same house. So avoid criticism in your partner because eventually you'll drive them away from home. And when you drive your partner away from home because of your constant criticism, issues of extramarital affairs are going to come into play inevitably. Your spouse will find alternatives outside. And so, friends, that is what criticism does in a relationship. I also want to share examples of what criticism sounds like. You find a spouse telling their friend, I don't like the way you cook. Why can't you cook food which is as good as my mother's food? Why don't you cook like my sisters? Why don't you clean up so smartly? I don't like the way you clean the place. I don't like the way you dress. Why can't you dress well? Why can't you dress like so and so? Why can't you dress like the other person whom you know? Why do you talk like that? I don't like the way you speak. You don't have a vibe. I'm not attracted so much to you. That is examples of criticism which you meet out on your spouse, and it will have deadly consequences on your relationship. Others even say, I don't like the way you sleep. Just see how you snore. It is so disgusting to me. Look at the way you walk. You're not cool in the way you walk. I don't admire the way you walk. I don't like the way you relate with children. Can't you relate with the children in a more fancy way? Those are examples of criticism. Slowly but surely, you're destroying your partner, you're destroying your relationship, and before you know it, you will have nothing to write home about because of the behavior of criticism. And yet, what you also ought to know, like we are told, what you focus on, you magnify. If you focus on somebody's negatives, every day that rises, you'll have many more negatives that will be before you. You will see a lot more because that is where your focus is. So choose to focus on the positives of your partner. Focus on the good that is in them. Celebrate that good because the good you celebrate, you will magnify it, it will grow, and it will bring a glow into your relationship. And what you need to appreciate, for you who love to criticize your partner, you are not an angel yourself. Nobody is perfect. Nobody is faultless. Everybody has issues that they are grappling with in their life. And so when you choose to focus criticism on your partner, remember you yourself. If your partner chose to focus on your weaknesses, the story will be a totally different one. Friends, as I conclude, I want to draw our attention to the book of Proverbs chapter 19, verse 14. And it talks about houses and wealth can be inherited from fathers, but a prudent and a sensible spouse comes from the Lord. When the Lord has blessed you with a sensible spouse, when the Lord has blessed you with a good spouse, honor them and cherish them. Don't destroy them. Make them better. Bring out the best in your spouse. Remember, this spouse was handed to you by their parents, And so it is only proper that you make them better than the way that you received them. Remember, if you destroy them through constant criticism, you will have to give an account to the Lord. Thank you, friends, for listening in to the Family Enrichment Hub. Thank you for loving this channel. Kindly share widely. And I believe that together, friends, this is how we shall transform our society through the family. Catch you again next week. God bless you. Bye.